Do you know that exact moment when you wake up on a Saturday morning, slowly open your eyes and realize your room is dark, with that cold, diffused light filtering through the gap in the curtain? Before you can even lift your head from the pillow, your ears pick up that unmistakable sound. First, it's just a few timid, rhythmic drops hitting the window pane. And in a matter of seconds, comes that dense, heavy, and constant sound of a heavy rain pouring down outside. The sky is completely gray, overcast, and with no sign of clearing. For the vast majority of people, this is a scene of profound frustration. They grab their phones, look out the window, sigh, and begin to complain that the weekend has been summarily ruined. They complain that they won't be able to go to the beach, that the traffic will be absolute chaos, that they can't have a barbecue, and that the day is completely depressing. But for you, the exact opposite happens. In the millisecond that your brain processes that the outside world is underwater, a gigantic wave of physical and emotional relief sweeps through your chest. Your shoulders, which are always tense, finally drop. Your breathing becomes deeper. It's as if your whole life goes into pause mode. You let out a sigh, pull the blanket up to your neck, curl up in bed, and feel such absolute and undisturbed peace that you even feel like smiling to yourself in the darkness of your room. If you have that almost visceral and instinctive connection to cloudy days and storms, the internet has a very nice name for you: pluviophile, the rain lover. But I bet you that your whole life people have looked at this preference of yours with a questioning or harshly judgmental expression. Our society has an extremely irritating habit of associating sunshine with obligatory joy and rain with deep sadness. When you have the courage to say out loud that you prefer overcast weather, they immediately assume you're an antisocial, melancholic person, or worse, that you're going through some severe depressive phase. And the self-help videos out there even try to romanticize it. They say you only like the rain because it's aesthetic, because it looks nice to drink a hot coffee while reading an old book leaning against the window and listening to slow music in the background. That's even cute for a movie script, but it's too shallow to explain what really goes on inside your head. Today we're going to enter the laboratory of your exhausted mind together to debunk, once and for all, the deep psychology of your love for grey weather. I'm going to prove to you, through acoustic neuroscience and evolutionary biology, that your relief during a storm isn't merely a lifestyle preference, much less a sign of sadness. It's a brilliant survival mechanism. Rain is literally the only natural phenomenon capable of switching off your anxiety radar and giving you the one thing you can't give yourself: official permission to exist without having to perform. So take a deep breath, imagine the sound of the water hitting your window right now, and come with me, because you'll never look at the sky the same way again. To understand your deep-seated passion for cloudy weather, we first need to talk about your number one enemy, a concept that modern sociology and psychology could very well christen the tyranny of the sunny day. Think about it very rationally and honestly, analyzing your own behavior. For someone who lives with their nervous system on edge, operating with their social battery always depleted, and suffering from that overwhelming guilt just thinking about resting, a sunny Sunday with a cloudless sky is not a gift. It's a silent threat. The sunny day carries an absurdly overwhelming social weight. It has an imaginary, oppressive, and invisible voice that screams in your ear from the moment you open your eyes. Look, what a beautiful day. You have to leave the house. You have to be productive. You have to meet your friends, go to the park, post incredibly happy photos, and enjoy life to the fullest. If on a beautiful sunny day you decide to stay in your pajamas, lying on the sofa, eating whatever you can find and watching a series, guilt devours you. You feel like an absolute failure, a lazy person wasting their youth, while the whole world seems to be out there being extremely happy, active, fit, and successful. The sun immediately triggers your FOMO, that chronic fear of missing out on something incredible happening without you. The sun exposes your exhaustion. It forces you to justify your own rest, and you expend a monumental amount of energy trying to invent excuses not to go out. But then, the storm arrives, and when the sky darkens, the thunder roars, and the rain falls heavily, a true psychological miracle happens in your life. Nature gives you the perfect alibi. The rain universally, democratically, and unquestionably cancels the world's expectations of you. The barbecue is cancelled. The obligation to be radiant outside is summarily revoked. The entire world is forced to slow down, shift into low gear, go home, and retreat. And for the first time this week, you don't need to invent a lame excuse to avoid a social event. You don't need to waste your mental energy trying to explain to others why you just want to be alone. The universe simply looked at your utter exhaustion, at your hypervigilant mind and said, "Stop, relax. I'll take care of the chaos outside today. Stay where you are." That inner bodyguard that lives in your mind, that spends all day trying to control and predict everything, finally looks out the window, sees that there is absolutely nothing to be done against the uncontrollable force of nature, drops its weapons on the ground and sits on the sofa with you. The rain doesn't keep you indoors. The rain frees you from the exhausting obligation of having to go outside. And I know perfectly well how rare, precious, and difficult it is to find a space in the modern world that doesn't require you to be smiling, performing, conversing, and delivering high-performance results all the time. The internet, most of the time, acts exactly like that scorching, noisy, and exhausting sunny day, demanding your attention every second with toxic positivity and unattainable rules about how you should live your life. And that's exactly why I want to invite you to stop getting lost in this deafening noise. Transform this channel into your own personal rain shelter and click the subscribe button right now. Do you know why you should give this command now, using the genius of your own mind to your advantage? Because by signing up here, you create an intentional and silent refuge on your phone. You let your biology know that it has found a safe environment based on real science that understands your silence, respects your exhaustion, and doesn't judge you for your need for control. Here, I will never demand a fake smile from you or tell you to just think positive when your inner world is collapsing. Leave the hard, dense, and complex work of researching medical articles, reading depth psychology, and decoding the human mind to me. Your only function here is to exist. Press this button, get your coffee, and let me deliver the relief pre-digested and translated as if we were chatting in your living room while it rains outside. Have you made your registration your mental umbrella? Excellent. Because now we're going to delve into acoustic neuroscience and evolutionary biology, and you'll clinically understand why the sound of water shuts off your fear in a way that no generic medication can. You've probably heard many people say that the sound of rain is an excellent example of white noise, haven't you? Well, acoustics and neuroscience say that this is conceptually wrong. The sound of rain hitting leaves, asphalt, and roofs is not white noise. It's what scientists call pink noise. And the mathematical difference between them is exactly what saves your anxious mind from collapsing. White noise is like the static hiss of an old off-air television. It has all sound frequencies at the same intensity. The high frequencies are very strong, metallic, and after a while, this can even irritate more sensitive ears. But the pink noise of rain is completely different. It has much more present low and bass frequencies, creating a dense and velvety sound. And you know what else in the universe sounds exactly like continuous rhythmic and muffled pink noise? The heartbeat and blood flow of your mother, which you heard when you were floating in absolute safety inside her womb. When the storm hits, this natural pink noise acts like a gigantic acoustic blanket over your house. The brain of an anxious person is like a malfunctioning radar, mapping out high-pitched and unpredictable noises 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The neighbor dragging their chair upstairs, the sharp car horn in the street, the incessant beeping notification on your cell phone, the dog barking in the distance. Each of these unpredictable sounds triggers invisible microdoses of adrenaline into your bloodstream, but the heavy rain completely masks and swallows all these sneaky noises. The sonic and frightening chaos of the world disappears completely and is replaced by a rhythmic, continuous, and highly predictable pattern. For a brain that is terrified of surprises, the uninterrupted constancy of the rain sound is a direct biological massage to its vagus nerve. The world becomes predictable and sonically safe, but the existential void runs even deeper. There is an ancestral memory etched deep within our DNA from the time when the first humans lived in caves, surrounded by dangers, and needed to hunt to survive. In the wild, large predators don't go out to hunt during severe storms. Heavy rain washes away the scent of prey. The noise of the water muffles the sound of breaking branches, making hearing difficult, and the mud makes any quick chase incredibly difficult. Lions, wolves, and big cats hide in their dens. And what does this mean for our species? It means that, for thousands and thousands of years, our ancestors learned and internalized that a day of violent storm was, ironically, the only day they wouldn't be devoured. It was the only moment in the cruel history of evolution when the entire tribe could afford to lower their guard, keep the fire burning at the back of the cave, and sleep a deep, uninterrupted sleep without needing to leave a sentry on watch at the entrance. When you curl up on your couch, hug a pillow, and sigh with relief on a rainy day, it's not just you relaxing in the comfort of the 21st century. It's millennia of human evolution echoing within your bloodstream, telling your most instinctive and primitive nervous system, the predators aren't coming out today. The war outside has been temporarily suspended. It's safe to close your eyes. No one will attack you. We are finally safe in our cave. And beyond all this simply perfect biological engineering, there's the more poetic, human, and profound factor of the psychology of those who love overcast weather. The rain and grey days offer a perfect, non-judgmental mirror to their exhaustion. We live in a sick society that has transformed sadness, tiredness, and natural introspection into illnesses that need to be cured or hidden at all costs. You are forced to put on a flawless plastic mask of positivity to go to work, to deal with your family, and to prove that you are normal on social media. It's absurdly exhausting to have to be the enlightened, proactive, and unwavering version of yourself all the time. You feel drained, broken, and grey inside, but the world outside is shining arrogantly on a sunny day, which only increases your feeling of displacement. You feel like a stranger in your own nest, as if you were the only mistake in the middle of a perfect picture. But when the sky darkens, when the clouds weigh on the horizon, the wind cools and the rain pours down mercilessly on the city, a magical synchronicity occurs. The outside world, for the first time this week, perfectly reflects your inner world. Nature is allowing the day to be grey, dense, quiet, and withdrawn. And seeing the immense sky allowing itself to collapse in tears and wash the earth, you finally allow yourself to collapse a little too. You take off your heavy armor. You don't need to force a smile and show your teeth on a stormy day. You can look out the window, drink your coffee in absolute silence, and find an indescribable and comforting beauty in this melancholy that is now shared with the whole world. Your inexplicable love for rain isn't chronic laziness. It isn't a lack of will to live, and it's definitely not depression. It's a pure biological instinct for self-preservation from someone carrying an invisible weight that's too heavy on their shoulders. It's your soul's desperate search for an unquestionable moment of respite. The next time the sky darkens and the first drop hits your window, don't feel guilty about celebrating internally and cancelling the world. Embrace your modern cave without fear. Let the storm wash away, at least for a few hours, your obligation to be perfect. The world, with all its problems, finds a way to keep turning. Even when you just decide to sit, close your eyes, listen to the rain, and allow yourself to do absolutely nothing. See you in the next video, and if it's on a rainy day, even better.